Hello, my crafty friends. Today we're continuing our study in the Messianic prophecies of Jesus. Um, and we're working right now through the names that Jesus was given before he was born. And the one we're talking about today is that he was called a Nazarene. Now, this was not a specific name that he was given, but it's what he was called. And in his contemporaries called him that. We'll talk about that more in a minute. Um, the appellation Nazarene is akin to Nazarite, although there is a distinction between the two words. The Nazarite vow involved complete dedication to God and forecasted Jesus, who fulfilled the spirit of such a vow. Matthew 11, verses 16 through 19 says, "But to what shall I compare this generation?" And this is Jesus talking. "It is like children sitting in the marketplaces who call out to the other children and say, 'We played the flute for you and you did not dance. We sang a dirge and you did not mourn.' For John came neither eating nor drinking, and they say he has a demon. The Son of Man came eating and drinking, and they say, 'Behold, a gluttonous man and a drunkard, a friend of tax collectors and sinners.' Yet wisdom is vindicated by her deeds." So Jesus is saying, you're not going to be happy no matter what I do. Basically, there are people who are not going to be happy no matter what you do. And, they wouldn't. So he didn't take the vow to not consume anything that had to do with wine or even grapes that came, that wine is made from. Like a Nazarite would. Although the spirit of dedicating your life to God, he certainly fulfilled. Matthew tells us that Jesus came and dwelt in a city called Nazareth, that it might be fulfilled, which was spoken by the prophets. He shall be called a Nazarene. And Matthew 2:19 through 23 says, "But when Herod died, behold, an angel of the Lord appeared in a dream to Joseph in Egypt and said, 'Get up, take the child and his mother, and go to the land of Israel, for those who sought the child's life are dead.' So Joseph got up, and he took the child and his mother and came to the land of Israel. But when he heard that Archelaus was reigning over Judea in place of his father Herod, he was afraid to go there. Then, after being warned by God in a dream, he left for the regions of Galilee, and came and lived in a city called Nazareth. This was to fulfill what was spoken through the prophets: he shall be called a Nazarene." In John 1:43 through 47, Nathanael is quoting a popular opinion of the day when he asked, "Is there any good thing that can come out of Nazareth?" And it says here, "The next day he purposed to go to Galilee, and he found Philip." And this means Jesus went to Galilee and found Philip. "And Jesus said to him, 'Follow me.' Now Philip was from Bethsaida, of the city of Andrew and Peter. Philip found Nathanael and said to him, 'We have found him of whom Moses and the law and also the prophets wrote, Jesus of Nazareth, the son of Joseph.' Nathanael said to him, 'Can any good thing come out of Nazareth?' Philip said to him, 'Come and see.' Jesus saw Nathanael coming to him and said of him, 'Behold, an Israelite indeed, in whom there is no deceit.'" So Jesus knew who Nathanael was, and he knew, what kind of person he was when Philip brought him to him. So that's pretty cool. But this is the question that a lot of people in Jesus's day asked, how can he be the Messiah? He came from Nazareth. Who are the prophets who predicated that Jesus would be a Nazarene? Called is a word expressing what he should be in his earthly manifestation, but none of the prophets gave him the literal name Nazarene, though his contemporaries did. Nazarene is derived from Nazri, meaning pain. What the prophets foretold was that one would come who would be a pain sufferer. Thus, the general description of the Messiah is that of one abject and despised. And we're going to read Isaiah 53, 1 through 3. And it says here, "Who has believed our message? And to whom has the arm of the Lord been revealed? For he grew up before him like a tender shoot, and like a root out of parched ground. He has no stately form or majesty that we should look upon him, nor appearance that we should be attracted to him. He was despised and forsaken of men, a man of sorrows and acquainted with grief. And like one from whom men hide their face, he was despised, and we did not esteem him." And he's talking, this is the prophecy about Jesus. So the nickname Nazarene agreed with his foretold character, namely, one who was glorious in himself, but despised in man's eyes. Further, the people of Nazareth at the time of Christ's birth had established a very poor reputation in morality and religion. Hence the proverb, "Can any good thing come out of Nazareth?" When Jesus was crucified, his crucifiers wrote above his cross, "Jesus of Nazareth." A man like Jesus out of a place like that. It's hard to believe. As a true Nazarene, he stooped to the lowest depths of ignominy in our behalf. Willingly, he endured shame, hatred, contempt, and all that was despicable, that he might seal our pardon with his blood. Nazareth might have been a place with a character, but Jesus lived an undefiled life in it, and was the world's good thing that came out of it. So can a good thing come out of Nazareth? Yes, Jesus did, and he's a good thing for everyone who accepts him and who believes in him. And the scripture we're going to use today is John 1, 45 and 46. It says, "Philip found Nathanael and said to him, 'We have found him of whom Moses and the law and also the prophets wrote, Jesus of Nazareth, the son of Joseph.' Nathanael said to him, 'Can any good thing come out of Nazareth?' And Philip said, 'Come and see.'" Come and see. And come and see is what Christians are still telling people. Come and see Jesus. Come and see the one who came and who lived a life, a perfect life, in spite of the cruel things around him and the way people treated him. Come and see this man who died for you. That's what Christians are still saying. Those words, come and see. And that's what I want to leave with you today. Come and see. If you don't know Jesus as your Savior, if you don't know him in all the different names that we've studied up to this point, then look at him as a Nazarene and come and see. Check him out. See what's going on. It will bless you. Okay, this is the verse we're going to use on our page today. And this is the piece of wallpaper that we're going to use as our background. And so I pulled out the page for the song "I Stand Amazed," and this was a copyright 1933 song by Chas H. Gabriel. And it says, "I stand amazed in the presence of Jesus the Nazarene, and wonder how he could love me, a sinner condemned unclean. For me it was in the garden he prayed, not my will but thine. He had no tears for his own griefs, but sweat drops of blood for mine. In pity angels beheld him and came from the world of light to comfort him in his sorrows that he bore for my soul that night. He took my sins and sorrows, he made them his very own. He bore the burden to Calvary and suffered and died alone. When with the ransomed in glory his face I at last shall see, 'twill be my joy through the ages to sing of his love for me. How marvelous, how wonderful, and my song shall ever be. How marvelous, how wonderful is my Savior's love for me." So this is the song we're going to use kind of as our backdrop. And I wanted you to have the words in case it's not a song you're familiar with. so that you can be praising God right along with me as we do this. Just wanting to trim that a little bit closer because I want to put this on the edge of the page over here, and I need it to be. And I'm going to go ahead and take off a little bit up here. And a little bit down here. Let's just go ahead and, I may end up covering up some of the chorus anyway, but we'll see. Okay. And I just realized I left my inks in the house, so I'm going to pause and run get them. Be right back. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and do some inking first, because I know I want to ink this. And I may actually, let's see. Nothing else is really white. And I think I'd rather have it be darker than the rest of the page instead of whiter than the rest of the page. Okay, there's that. I'm actually, I think, gonna move this out of the way so I don't get it messy. And I'm gonna ink the at least 3 sides of the, well, I'll probably, yeah, 3 sides of this, because I'm going to cover up this side, I think. Okay. Now let's just go ahead and do this. Don't know how much of this is going to show. Probably not much, but the edges still might show. This way I don't have to worry if that happens. I'm prepared in advance. The page that's right beside this one is the one we did last week, and it's mostly in purples with a little bit of pink. And so I think I'm going to, yeah, I like that. We're just going to go ahead and glue that down, and then we'll audition things to go on top of it. Okay. All right, let me zoom in a little bit here. There we go. You can see a little bit better. Oh, I got some inky glue on there. Okay, I want to also put these on here. And there is something over here, so I'm just going to trim them off. After I get them on there. But I think I want to go ahead and ink those as well. So let's just go ahead and I'm doing a not so great job here. Okay. There's one. I think I'm going to go ahead and do all 5 of them. I don't know if I'll use all 5 or not. Kind of depends on how they look. These are just kind of being underneath um, the flowers I'm going to put on here. I'm just wanting to put something pretty on here with the song and the verse. I hope y'all had a wonderful Thanksgiving holiday. Even, in the midst of bad things, there's always something to be thankful for. And it's good for us to remember the things we're thankful for. Whether it was Thanksgiving this week in your country or not, we should all take a minute to be thankful whenever we think of it. We don't have to have a holiday to make us, we shouldn't have to have a holiday to make us thankful. Oh, there's a little bit. There we go. Okay. So I'm just going to glue this down, and I'm going to just put the glue right onto here. I'm not sure. I don't think I really went all the way to the edge here, so let's do that. It's amazing how that glue carries the ink. There we go. And then we'll put this one right there. And we're going to put this one right here, so we can use the parts that were not that I didn't damage. Okay, I like that. And I think I'm going to leave the words, but I'm going to go right here underneath them. Just going to go all the way up. Okay. Let's clean this off a little bit. All right. Now I need to, let me clean my fingers a minute here. Okay, now I want to trim off the extra that we've got sticking out here. I'm having a hard time catching that. Let's see if we can just tear it. Okay. And now let's go ahead and just see if we can tear the bottom. That we might use those for something else. Okay. I'll be right. Okay, sorry about that. My sweet daughter had a question. Okay, I want to put some flowers on here because I've got these flower die cuts and these leaves, and I just thought they would be pretty. And I think I'm going to get out the page that'll be next to it so we can kind of see. Okay, this is the page we did last week, and it's going to be right here. So that's why I was thinking pinks would be good, because I don't really think I have very many. Well, I've got a few purple flowers, but I don't really like those as much as I like some of these others. And I thought it might be fun to have some bigger ones. Oh, these are pretty. I got these in Happy Mail. That looks good. I like that. Here's a purple one. I think that's great. Just mix it up here. I'm trying to decide if I think I may cluster the flowers up on the side here, because we've got our verse. Oh, and maybe here. All right, let's see. So we could do that. And then I think I want some, maybe the leaves could be behind here. Okay, let's do it like this. Let's put this leaf coming from here and this one from here. And then we can put our verse right there. I think I like that. I don't even need these little leaves. You know, we could stick, um, we could stick a couple more flowers, even though they wouldn't show a whole lot. You know, just kind of like, yes, yes, yes. I'm happy with that. Okay. Thank you, Janet. I think those flowers came from Janet. I hope I'm remembering correctly. And then whoever sent me these other leaves and flowers, thank you very much. Okay. So I'm going to just start and work my way around. And we're going to start with this leaf. And I think it's sticky back, which would be nice and handy. It's also dimensional, which is pretty cool. And then it's so fun to use things that people have given you and make a page. Oh, I just realized I need to put this leaf down first because that flower goes on top of it, partially at least. There we go. And now let's put this leaf down. I really like these. I don't know who sent me these, but they're fabric flower leaves and they're on top of like sticky back something. Um, not like that. Oh, we want it to come out from under the flower. Yeah. Oh, it was coming out of this flower. Okay, so it would have been all right either way. It would have been all right either way. I think I'm going to put the pink. No. No, we'll just do it like I had it. These doilies that I used came in Happy Mail too. So the only thing that wasn't Happy Mail was the um, the verse and the song. Okay, let's see. think I like it. There's our page. I love it. I love it. Thank you for joining me in this study and for reading scriptures with me today. And may God bless you. Bye-bye.